That night, Zoe barely slept a wink. "Don't dwell on it too much and go to sleep," Levi comforted. "Harry will come to you in person and ask you to go back to support the business." Zoe glared at him. "You think Grandpa will come to me in person? Please, I would thank the heavens. If Dad and I can get our jobs back." "Don't worry. I meant what I said. Harry will ask you to go back." Levi turned around, went to the balcony, and made a call. Azure Dragon, put Nielsen on the line. The next morning, Harry woke up to a call from the Ministry of Construction, inviting the Lopez family to attend the bidding for the Ecological Park development project. It was a pleasant surprise, as Harry didn't expect to have the chance to take part in the bidding given their qualifications. Harry quickly gathered the Lopez family in the living room. "I heard before that someone is preparing to take part in the bidding." "Who was it again?" "Dad, it's Zoe," Henry answered instantly. She drafted a detailed proposal. But how could she take part in the bidding with her family's ability? Harry stroked his chin. "So you're saying Zoe has a detailed proposal, and we can take part in the bidding with that proposal?" "Yeah. Zoe is still competent." "Where's Sean? Hurry over to Aaron's and get that proposal." Who would have thought that this bunch of trash would still be useful? In the meantime, Levi, Zoe, and her parents were having breakfast in silence when a knock was heard on the door. To their surprise, it was Sean. Sean appraised the house with a glance. "You guys are living here in this dumpster. Is this even 150 square meters? What are you doing here?" Aaron asked, clearly displeased at him interrupting their peaceful morning. "I'm here to get the proposal for the Ecological Park development project. The Ministry of Construction has informed us that we are going to take part in the bidding," Sean said. "No way." Zoe turned him down flat. "I drafted this proposal myself. Do it yourself if you're going to bid for this project. This has nothing to do with me. Besides, I was fired." Sean glowered at her. "Fine. I'll let Grandpa talk to you." At that, he handed his mobile phone to Zoe. "What's going on with you, Zoe? Aren't you going to hand over the proposal? Do you not acknowledge me as your grandpa?" Harry's angry voice echoed as soon as Zoe answered the phone. Zoe welled up in tears. "You fired me, Grandpa. What do you need my proposal for? I won't yield." "HMPH, what do you mean? If you don't hand over the proposal, the Lopez family will break off all relations with you lot today." Zoe was all tears upon hearing that. Levi rose to his feet. He rummaged for the proposal and handed it over to Sean before consoling Zoe. "Now, that's more like it." Sean looked at this family with ridicule written all over his face. Meanwhile, Zoe and her parents looked disappointed when they saw Levi handed over the proposal. "Isn't that a cowardly move? What's the use of having such a husband? Why did you give him the proposal?" Zoe questioned. "Listen to me. Harry will definitely ask you to go back," Levi asserted. "We need to go somewhere today. How can I trust you like this?" Zoe raised her voice. "You guys shall get a divorce if Dad remains silent," Aaron added crossly. "Deal." Levi agreed. On the other side, after securing the proposal, Samuel and Melanie were entrusted with the important task of taking over Zoe's company, Imperial Meadows Limited. Thereafter, they headed straight to the office building responsible for the Ecological Park project, where there was already a long queue when they arrived. Thinking that all the Lopez family's property would belong to him in the future, Samuel's breathing hastened. After waiting for 1 hour, it was finally Samuel's turn. Samuel was about to give a long-winded introduction of himself as soon as he entered the office with Melanie when the person sitting at the opposite piped up, "The Lopez family." "Yes, that's right," Samuel answered quickly in a dazed. Melanie immediately handed over a stack of papers. "This is our project proposal. Please have a look." Northampton Ministry of Construction was responsible for the approval and decision of this project. The person in charge on site was Orlando Jennings, the leader of the Ministry of Construction Management. "Why didn't Miss Zoe or Mr. Aaron come?" Orlando asked straightforwardly, putting the Lopez family's proposal under his hands. "I beg your pardon?" The question stunned both Samuel and Melanie. "Allow me to introduce myself, Mr. Jennings. My name is Samuel Robertson. I'm the key person in charge of this project of Lopez Group. As for Zoe and Aaron, they have been fired from Lopez Group. May I know why are you asking for them, Mr. Jennings?" Samuel asked curiously. Hearing that, Orlando nodded with relief. "Oh, is that so? All right then. You may leave now. The Lopez family is hereby disqualified from participating in the bidding for this development project." With that, Orlando pushed the proposal to the front, leaving Samuel and Melanie slack-jawed. Mr. Jennings, what do you mean?" Samuel faltered. "Are you saying that this has something to do with Zoe, Mr. Jennings?" Melanie asked. "Yes, that's right. After inspections by the leaders, they have discovered that Lopez Group is a very suitable candidate for this project, especially Miss Zoe's Imperial Meadows Limited. Hence, it was decided tentatively to have Lopez Group's Imperial Meadows Limited take on this project. But since Miss Zoe has been fired, the Lopez family has no business in this matter any longer. We'll have to choose again," Orlando explained patiently. Though it was said to be a preliminary tentative decision, the final decision had been made, and everyone knew what it meant. "Mr. Jennings, Zoe may have been fired, but we took over Imperial Meadows Limited. You're right to choose us. These are some documents regarding the takeover," Samuel said, handing over a pile of documents excitedly. "Imperial Meadows is our responsibility, Mr. Jennings." Unexpectedly, Orlando slapped his hand away, scattering the documents all over the place. "Scram! Don't you understand a word that comes out of my mouth? I want Miss Zoe to present me with her proposal. No one else from the Lopez family can replace her. We want to authorize this project to Miss Zoe and Miss Zoe only. Do you understand?" Orlando said, pointing at Samuel's nose. "Why does it have to be Zoe, Mr. Jennings?" Melanie asked sheepishly. "I'm Melanie Lopez, Zoe's sister. I've studied abroad, and I'm much more capable than Zoe in many aspects. I can handle this project just as well, Mr. Jennings." Samuel nodded. "Yeah, Melanie is capable. So much more capable than Zoe. Leave now." Orlando threw the proposal on the table to the ground. "I'm telling you, unless Miss Zoe comes in person tomorrow at 8 o'clock sharp, the Lopez family will not have the qualification to compete in this project, and I will strike the Lopez family's name off the list. Get out now before I call the security." Orlando's secretary pushed and shoved them out. It was only then they realized the reason the project was designated to the Lopez family was not Because of the Lopez family's strength, but because of Zoe.